As you can see, I decided to do a how-to video for my English project, and I have chosen to teach you how to juggle. When you're first starting out learning how to juggle, one of the first things I did to try to make it easier for me to juggle was I would throw one ball up into the air, and I would catch it in the same hand, and I would try to see if I could do it without paying attention to it, so that wherever the ball was when I was trying to actually do the juggling, I would have a good feel for where the ball would go when I threw it. When you're juggling, you always want to keep one ball up in the air at a time. So another good trick when you're starting out juggling is to take two balls and to throw them like this. So one is so one always is going up in the air at a time. And then, as you gradually, it's not that hard. As you start to get used to doing this for a bit, you can then move to one hand with two balls, and you can practice throwing them up and switching between your hands so that you get that rotation down, and you know which way, how you're going to throw the ball, and you have better control of where the balls are going to go. You would think you're never going in between your hands. What you're actually doing is you're throwing the ball up, and as this ball goes into the air, you want to throw the other ball. When it's coming down towards your hand, throw it so then it goes and it takes its place, and as it comes down to your other hand, you throw the other ball. And so really it's just continuing a cycle that you repeat over and over again of just replacing the ball and throwing it back up into the air and catching it with the other hand, like this. And then you just got to start doing repetition. Try and try again. You're not going to get it on your first try. Nobody has been able to juggle on their first try unless they're a genius. And that's really all there is to it. It's repetition. You got to keep going and keep trying those little tips and tricks that I gave you in the beginning. And I would say you could probably end up learning how to juggle within a week. It's not a very hard skill. If you stick to it and you put a little bit of time out of your day, you'll be able to learn how to juggle fairly easy and very quickly in a short amount. So I know I said this whole video was teaching you how to juggle, but I started recording, and by the time I realized that teaching someone how to juggle in a video, it does not really take that much time, and the video is going to be maybe a minute and a half long, barely talking about anything. So I decided maybe I'll incorporate a few tricks that I was able to learn after The first trick did take me a little bit to get after I learned how to juggle, but after that, the rest of the tricks, they came very easily. So, trick number one. You got your normal juggling, like this, but with this trick, you take one of the balls and you throw it. Shoot. It's hard to juggle sitting down. Let that be known. Okay. So, again, let me get back into a better position. You stupid. Take number two. Alright, so trick number one. With this trick, it's kind of like normal juggling, except this is where you'll have this kind of comes in handy again, where you pass it in between both of your hands. In this trick, you'll have the normal juggling, where you juggle like so, but you'll take one of the balls, and as you're juggling, when one of the balls is coming down, instead of just throwing it, you will throw it over top, like so. Don't do that. So, well, two of the balls are remaining the same, and they're going between here, like so. You'll have one ball going across the top, and it will stay the same ball. And by doing that trick, it's really just you're taking your normal juggling, But instead of switching all the balls, you just switch 2 and you keep 1 the same throughout. Trick number 2, it is a bit harder, but as I've said throughout the rest of the video, is that when you're juggling, a lot of it just comes down to repetition. You're gonna fail. You're not gonna get it your first try, and you're gonna have to keep trying because that's all you can do. And so, I guess, trick number 2. With this trick is you'll be separating all 3 of the balls, and you'll have 2 balls in your hand, and 1 will go up and down the middle. So with this trick, you're throwing 1 ball up, and as this ball comes down, you'll take your 2 hands, and you'll throw the other balls up like so. And so, what you're getting is, well, this one goes up, these balls are in your hand. As this comes down, you throw the other balls up, and then you only have 1 ball in your hand. And it looks something like this. A little messy, but it'll do. I realized halfway after I'd filmed all the short little other clips about how to juggle that you couldn't really see anything that I was doing. So now that I decided to set it up here, I'm going to show you all the stuff again, just so that you have a better understanding in case you didn't get something else in the beginning. Step 1, you throw the ball up and down in one hand. You try not to look at it, keep your focus off of it, so your hand is just muscle memory. Then you take 2 balls, and you do the same thing, switching them between hands. And right before that ball comes to the other ball, you throw it. It goes to the other hand. Then, number 3, 2 balls, 1 hand. It is what it is. You're throwing 2 balls in the same hand. And then, you got normal juggling with the first trick where it goes over top of the other 2. That's the end of my how-to. It's a short little video. Maybe I'll make another one. Who knows? Bye-bye.